And when we say Wena Buju or Nana Buju, we're actually talking about the first being or the first, I don't want to say man, but the first spirit that was here on earth. And when we say that to another person, we're asking that person, are you Nana Buju, or are you of good mind and good being? And the next part that we go into is we introduce our names. So my name is Bagoji Jaune Wawaskuna Sankwe, Indigenous Cause. And when we say Indigenous Cause, it's saying they call me is the translation of that. This is Layla, sorry. And then we go into our clan. So what I would say is Makwa Dodem. And then we say the place that we're from. So Dodem means our clan. And then we would say, are you smudging her? Yeah, okay. So then we would say the place that we're from, which is in Dunjaba. So mine would be Miche Sagi of the Credit, Meanwhile, Six Nations of the Grand River in Dunjaba. And Mississauga means many rivers, a place of many rivers. And then that would be it. So that's how you would introduce yourself formally. So I'll go back to the beginning. So Bagoji Jaune Wawaskuna Sankwe, which means wild blowing purple flower, Indigenous Cause, Makwarodam, New Credit Donjaba, or Mississauga of the Credit Donjaba. Meanwhile, Six Nations Donjaba, Mississauga and Dao, or Mississauga. So when I say Mississauga or Mississauga, I'm actually saying the nation that I am. Then I could say meanwhile Nodaway, which means I'm also, and Nodaway. And Nodaway means, people think that Nodaway means snakes in her hair, or snakes in their hair, but that's not what it means. It actually means they sound different when they speak. So when we call someone Nodaway, or when we say that they're Nodaway, they're actually speaking differently than, their language is different from what we speak. But along the lines, Nodaway kind of got mixed up with a not so good term.
Ani Graham Desawai, how Indigenous Cause, Makwa New Credit Donjaba. My name is She Who Brings the Strawberries. Bear Clan, I'm from the Sun.
Mississauga of the Credit. My name is She Who is the Truthful Memorial Leader. I've been a lifetime member of Mississauga of the Credit. I've lived here all my life, and these are two of my children. I have 7 children and 7 grandchildren. So we're going to do some singing tonight and sharing tonight, and I don't know how we're going to start out.
We can do an opening song, like a warm-up.
I think you can record this yourselves too. When you're
I think she's recording. Yeah, Kate's recording it right now. Okay. And then, so I guess what can happen is Kate can record it, and then we'll post it onto our YouTube channel. And Jackie is amazing at that, so we'll get it posted on our YouTube channel. And then if you need to come back to the song during the week to relearn it, you could totally do that. We also do the same thing with our language classes too.
And then another thing, to get used to your voice, is you can use your cell phone or recording device. Record yourself singing, and you get used to your voice, your tone, and then it will just like, hey, I did know that, and you just surprise yourself. So those are some techniques that you can use.
Yeah. So I know some of you might know these songs already from last year when we did hand drumming circles in the community behind the what was it called? The old, where the library was. Some of these songs might be new, and that's okay. Like I said, we'll have them recorded for you. So I guess we'll do a warm-up song. So if you have your hand drums, you can sing along with us. Yeah, what song do you want to sing first?
Women's traditional?
Yeah.
So we're going to sing women's traditional first, and you'll hear this at powwows. And women's traditional will go do this dance, and the men will usually stand at the doorpost now before directions, and they're there. And usually the other people are supposed to stand and recognize women as life givers and honor them as they're dancing. And some have buckskin on, some have cloth, Some have the ribbons or the buckskin fringe touching the earth, massaging the earth as they're dancing, and the movement is nice and slow. And the bottom of the skirt is supposed to also touch the earth, just like just a soothing motion. So that's what this song talks about. You keep it up?
No, we're gonna move to get it.
Oh, okay. That better?
Oh, way better. Yeah, exactly. So when we sing, you'll notice sometimes that the beat will change. I feel really chunky right now. So you notice sometimes that the beat will change, so it'll be drumming like this, and then you'll hear, and those are called like honor beats. And I'm gonna let my mom explain that.
So in the creation story, and part of that, when the drum came to the women, there's a story about that when we do the drum making, and it talks about a young girl, and it talks about her feeling so sad that there was warring was happening, and it just kept happening, and the women and the young children would always go hide, and they would come home and they'd still be scared because of the bloodshed that they had witnessed and all of this kind of things. So this young girl said, I'm going to put a stop to this. And she was, preteen. And the village people just laughed at her because, what do you know? You're just a young girl. So they just ignored her. And she kept saying that, I'm going to find an answer to what's happening here. And the warring still continued. And so then she went out and fastened upon the land. She said, I'm going out there. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to find the answer, because when we are struggling as Anishinaabe people, we go and connect to the land. When people become famous and they're out there doing things, they need to come home and get grounded. We call it grounding, or getting back, crawling back into the sweat lodge, being humble, but connecting back to the land. Just like if you think about people going to run into the cottages every weekend, they want to be by the water, they want the silence, they want the quietness, they want the wind rustling in the trees. They're connecting, and they just feel so good. And that's the same thing that the drum does to us, because when in the creation story, Creator's heart, that's all the sound. The sound was first the heartbeat of the nation, or Creator. And Creator put the heartbeat into everything, into the people's heart, into all of creation, when you name it, and the wind, the sun, the moon, the heartbeat is in everything, right down into the earth and the sun and the moon. So when we hear this drum, it talks about how connected we are. That's why some people will just start crying when they haven't heard that drum, and they can't understand what's the matter with me. Why am I crying? Why am I crying? And that's those 4 heartbeats is going to the east, the south, the west, the north. Everything's a lot of things are usually in the four parts. You sing a song 4 times through. All of those things are coming into that circle. But anyway, getting back to the story part, she went out upon the land, and after a few days, nothing. It was quiet. So she continued on in her quietness, because she was determined, and she wasn't going to give up. So a few more days went by, 14, 15 days, nothing. There was nothing she could hear spiritually about this warring that was tugging on her heart. And then after a few more days again, she was out there for 21 days. Nothing. There was nothing. She couldn't hear anything, so then they thought she was going to give up. But she said, I'm still going to stay out here. So she stayed out there. Then finally, after 26, 27, 28 days, on the 28th day, she got her answer. And she's seen something coming from the sky world. And I'll move over now. And she's seen something in the sky world, and it was as a shape of a circle like this coming down. And she knew instinctively that she had to get her skirt to catch it before it touched the ground. So even today, when we do making of the drums or anything, that we talk about this covering that we have, or home for our drum, and for eagle feathers even, we make a cloth bag for it or something to keep it in there, and we don't put it face down. And so then, as it came down, she caught it. And then as she caught it, she looked across, and there was a grandfather sitting there. And they start speaking to her, and they start talking to her, and they start sharing these songs with her. And after it was all finished, they told her, these songs we knew all the time, and the people forgot about it. And it will help lift the people up. So she took those songs back to the community, and she told the community what she witnessed, what she seen, what it looked like, how they were supposed to create this drum. And so then they did. So then they took it to the other nation that they were warring with, and they listened to it too. And so that's when they start coming together and singing the songs and the drum. And they gifted the drum to the men, because the women already have that connection, because they are the life givers. They already have that connection. So when around the big drum, the men can be there, and the tikuk, the extension of their arm, is connection to the heartbeat of the earth, Mother Earth, And then the women stand around the drum, the guys, to honor them for honoring the earth and for honoring the women. And then the people dance and they're getting the healing as they go around. So you'll see, like this women's traditional or even other dances, some women, which is fairly new, that have the eagle or the fans, will put the fan up. Jingle Dust dancers, they'll fan on that 4 beats, or even the traditional women that have a fan, they'll put it up. And the older style might just have scarves, and they'll put it up for the 4 beats as it goes. And it's recognizing that connection from the beginning of time before this came from. So that's how I understand it. That's how I've come to know it. And I don't stop learning. And there might be more stories that people add to that have come from different areas and just adds more to my understanding. So.
Language. Missing the beat.
Yeah.
Hey, Mika. Maybe have to introduce yourself first. Can you introduce yourself?
Ani, Bojo, Madam Kabijika, Dejnakas, Makwadrodon, my name is She Stands with 5 Women, and I'm from Credit. Yeah.
Thanks for bringing us Kitty there. So we're going to sing Needy. So this song came from the Water Walkers. We're led by Josephine Mandelman for over 10 years, and Sharon Day's grandchild wanted to sing to the water too, because as they drove over the water. So then the song came that she helped make, and Creator just wants us simply to be thankful for everything in our life all the time, to show that gratitude. Sometimes we forget. So in the water, Mother Earth's blood, this song says, I thank you, I love you, and I respect you. Those are powerful words. It's just not something like ... There's so much more to that, of remembering that when we drink the water, when we're using the water to cook, when we're taking a shower, when we're washing our face, when we see lake, rivers, oceans, we as women are supposed to put our tobacco in that water to help Mother Earth. And even around the full moon ceremonies, that's what we're talking about, and have that water there that's blessed by Grandmother Moon. And we use it in the same way in our medicines and our teas and those types of things. So that's what this song is about. And it's always recognized, the water, when we do any kind of opening or ceremonies or anything like that. So at ceremonies, you'll see the copper pot there, or copper cups. That's why they're given up. Is for women to take those cups or be aware of that it's their responsibility. They carry that copper pail when they do the water walk for 12 hours from 4 o'clock in the morning till 4 in the afternoon, and that's when they finish. They just finished a water walk around here. The Grand River Water Walkers, they came from up around Kitchener and came down to Lake Erie, and this year they went from Lake Erie up. So they came to New Credit, and Peter Schuler and Lou Thomas hosted them at Peter's place there, and we have a little circle with them, and they're doing some beautiful work. So that's all I'm going to say about that copper. That dog's chewing on a tree over there.
My tree! Get my tree.
We have some puppies here, and she's chewing on a little tree that started.
So your little pine tree? Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she needs some water.
So the other thing about, like,
Her name is Elvira.
if you think about at the full moon ceremonies when we sing these songs, I talk about one of the water songs that's a simple water song. Well, they're all really simple. But the other water song talks about that never-ending place the water comes from, and that blue, green, shining water. So when we sing these songs to the water, it connects to our water inside, and we become shimmering and shining. So at this time, because it's full moon right now, it switched to Wabagagizis, and that means combing our hair. And our language teacher, James Shalina, he talked about that at a deeper level, because I love it when he talks in the language and describes things, because our language is so descriptive. And he said, it's like Creator's breath is coming and blowing across Mother Earth and helping clean, just like we do within our houses. We're cleaning, and when we comb our hair and we're combing things out, and we're getting ready. We're getting ready for fall time to help us get ready for winter time. So that's what this part about is, getting ready, just like the animals are getting ready. So. Wait a minute, that's another water song. So this is another water song. The women in Toronto, led by Chandra Spears, I don't know if it came to her or not, but she taught us this song many years ago. And that's what this song talks about, is the blue and green shining water that came from a never-ending place. And our whole being gives so much thanks for this water, so that we can continue on our beautiful way of life. We just give so much thanks. That's what it's saying. Okay. Is there any questions, like, is Caitlin doing the technical stuff? Is she doing the technical stuff?
What do you mean technical stuff?
Like, does she see the questions? If anybody has any questions?
Oh, yeah. Does anybody? Are we short for now? Yeah.
Why don't we do questions at the end then?
I don't even know.
You come there.
No, I think we should do questions as you go. in case they have
Yeah, but it's
questions
easier to
on
do it
the
at the end.
song. Oh, okay. I got 6:14.
So the last like 10 minutes, you know, song? 2 more songs?
All right,
Well, we started pretty late,
okay, all right.
so.
Sing 2 more
go past
songs and
that.
then get them to do the questions.
Yeah, all right, we can do
But
that.
if somebody wants to go up early, we should maybe let them have a chance.
So,
Just Caitlin.
Answer questions.
so, sometimes when you're out traveling or you get to the point where you want to share songs or you do share songs, sometimes people will, and it's not to discourage anybody at all from singing, but just to be wary and know, can someone write out the word? Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll get to that in a second. So sometimes when you travel around and you get the courage or you want to sing these songs for a ceremony or whatever reasoning behind it, sometimes people will say things, and this is, like I said, in no way meant to discourage or disparage anybody from going out and singing. But one of the things that I found that helped with that was knowing where these songs come from. And sometimes it gets lost in translation, and that's okay. And sometimes you just need a reminder about where they come from. And traditional songs or powwow songs or native songs, they're different in a way because we don't carry copyrights to these songs. We don't own these songs. We understand that there's you know how everybody sings happy birthday? They're kind of like that. These are songs that are meant to be shared. These are songs that are meant to be given freely to people, and and learning these songs. So when we share these songs in this way, it's meant for everybody to learn. That's why we sing, is to help people to feel better about themselves or about their day or whatever's going on. And that's one of the messages that I would like to share during our sessions from this point on, is to learn the songs and know the stories behind them, and we'll share as much as we can and as much as we've learned about these songs. There's also different styles of songs too. There's women's hand drum songs, like the songs you just heard. There's powwow songs, or big boy drum songs, or big drum songs. And those songs sound differently from what we're singing now. There's longhouse songs, which we don't know very many of those songs, which we would love. There's round dance songs, and we know that those round dance songs, there's 49 songs. 49s are very similar to round dance songs, and there's so many stories, and we'll cover that over the next couple months from now until December. We'll talk about those different styles of song. We'll share them, and we encourage you to learn them. So yeah. So the question about what the translation of the words that we sing. So Wego Nandash. I don't know how we would write that. Maybe we should get a clipboard or like one of those flip chart boards.
Yeah, I'm gonna behind this.
Yeah, that would work great. So then we could just like flip through them as we're going.
Okay.
So I guess we'll have that ready for next week.
We can even have pictures of those.
Yeah, and we can have pictures of the words too. For the last song, we just call it Wego Nandash, or the other water song. Not the other water song. It's a water song, but
When we post it, we could put words in there.
yeah, we'll do that. So I guess the next song that we'll sing.
Sing a Miranda song.
Is
So
it
say-
our songs?
Can you sing a song for? Oh, I missed that. Hello, can someone write out the words? Thumbs up. Can you sing a song for your mom and grandma for her birthday today? Oh, Kate, why'd you say that? Oh, my heart. Oh.
One song, Miranda.
So-
why did I say that?
So,
I ate French fries for her today. French fries.
I crave pumpkin pie today for grandma. I want to get pumpkin pie just for grandma.
I have cream.
We'll make it later.
So today is my grand's birthday. My grand passed. My grand passed in 2017. It was a very hard year that year.
2 days ago was her anniversary.
2 days ago was her anniversary, like her wedding anniversary?
Yeah.
And then today was her birthday, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so I guess it's kind of all just fresh still to think about. And my grandma was a matriarch in our family. We had before she passed, there was 89 children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and great-great-grandchildren. Probably great-great-great-grandchildren that she had, which means I have a lot of cousins and family out there. We have a lot of cousins and family. And she was a fierce, funny, memory-forgetting person that we'll just love forever. And my mom reminds me of her a lot. I never did. I never said that.
So a lot of our aunties and uncles.
Well, yeah. A lot of her children should be our aunts and uncles. Remind us of her too. So
When I start telling the story, I say, well, listen again. You might miss something.
she tells me two stories like 6 times. Like, yeah, you already told me, Mom. I've heard this already. You told me this morning. Well, listen. Maybe you missed something. Maybe you need to learn something. Okay, all right. So 2 years ago, I was driving home from my mom's house. Yes, I know. That is a big spider. I killed it this morning.
Can you come and sit down
It freaked me out.
Yeah, I can picture here.
So, I was driving home from my mom's house. It was going on 1 o'clock at night, and I thought about all the different things that my mom has ever done for us in our family and what she continues to do for us in our family. And where she learned that from was my grandma and my grandpa. And the work that my mom does in the community and outside of the community is I can't even put it into words. So I put it into a song instead. And we just actually got to the studio this past summer during COVID, which was kind of a blessing, to record a lot of these songs. And we actually told her, you got to get out of the recording studio because we're singing this song for you. And when we went into the recording studio, none of us could get it. We were all trying, and we go to do a lead, and someone will mess it up, or we get so far, and it just wasn't clicking. And then we got my mom to stand at the window, and we sang to her, and it was probably the best sounding or best recording of that we got, and it was like we did it. So this one's for my mom and my grandma, and this is a song that we've made, and we're asking you to sing it and share it after this. It's a round dance song too. But we hold no copyrights to the song. This is, what's it called? Public use? I don't know. How's it go? Okay.
Thanks, Kate.
Yeah, Kate.
So Kate did.
Yes.
Stop touching those buttons on the door. Back outside. Shut the door.
It's gonna go off. Shut the door. They're gonna go off. Sorry, my nieces and nephews are here. They're nuts. Really off coach. So I don't know. Any more questions? Any questions at all? Anybody have a burning question that they just want to ask? You can either unmute, so if you're on your laptop and you, oh hey, Alicia, what up? Okay, so if you hold, if you hold the space bar button on your computer, you can unmute yourself and ask a question, or you can type a question into the chat.
Fancy.
Yeah. Anybody else? Questions? Comments? Another song? What song do you guys want to learn? You can sing a bear song.
I'm just singing one of my songs.
We just did.
Oh,
You could do the bear song. That would be awesome.
Everybody knows bear song. So bear song, it comes from a man named Alex Skeed, and he's from the Lake of the Woods area. And when you hear this song, sometimes, most often, you'll hear it at Sundance ceremonies, and it's who the heck are those singers?
Red Shadow Singers.
Yeah.
The first time I heard it, and
Yeah.
it was at a ghost dance ceremony.
Yeah.
And I brought that song back.
Yeah. And so Red Shadow Singers, if you look them up on YouTube, Spotify, or Google, or whatever, you can find a lot of those songs, and they're ceremony songs. So they're songs that are shared in ceremonies, or you'll hear my powwows. And this song is actually, there's two parts to it. And the song, you want to go ahead and share that one real quick?
The song talks about the bear is coming in to help heal, and he's taking pity on us because we're so pitiful as human beings, and we're calling him the bears in to help us in any kind of way. And those bears, those mukwas, are within our teachings. They talk about them as the police of the community or healers of the community, and so those bears will come in and help us in different kind of ways. There's ceremonies around that, Anishinaabe, Ogowe ceremonies, Cree ceremonies, and people use bear grease as the main one of the things is within medicines for that. People may use their fur to create like a fur to sit on to do ceremonies, or to take into sweat to sit on top. So we're calling that bear in, and when you sing the song, you're thinking about what you need. What do you need from that mukwa?
And then the second part of the song.
The second part of the song that you're going to hear is we're thanking. We're thanking that bear, so we're not holding that bear here because we've called him in. We're asking him for help, whether it's for the mind or body or spirit emotions. Then the last part of that song is thanking the bear, thanking Creator for allowing this reciprocal relationship to happen, to release that bear wherever it needs to go.
Don't give her any.
Can you sing?
Oh, we sang the water song already. Sorry.
Your water song.
We sang both of them actually. So we will have this all pre-recorded. Pre-recorded. We'll have it all recorded and then we'll post it onto our YouTube page for the Mississaugas of the Credit. I will get Jackie to share that on the Facebook page after. My God, brain's all over the place. So it's 6:30 now. I know we started a bit late. I know. Thank you. Yeah, no problem. I know we started a bit late, so I guess we'll do one last closing song and then we'll call her a night. If anybody has any other requests, shout them out. Sorry. There. No, that hurts. No? Okay. Well, we'll just.
See you on the next quarter.
Yeah, we don't have to project a lot either, just because that mic.
Just right on it. It's probably, I just like how it sounds.
I know.
Missing close.
It does sound great. I agree. But because the mic, I don't want it to be all crackly and stuff. And just so you, Ricky and Keenan, there's a spider in that corner.
Yeah, it's huge. Look
Stay over there, please.
By the way.
Okay.
You can look at it. So well, I guess we'll close with the Round Dad song. Yeah.
Spider?
No, ew, get out of there, Layla. Eden. Stop, please. So, I know it was kind of short this week. Had a lot of fun. Hope y'all did too. Yeah, I don't know. What else? Huh?
Just at this time, like the moon, this moon time about the changing way, just like what I was talking about a while ago, is that to get ready just to do self-care, loving care, because we're, even during COVID this time, if we're still getting busy, we still get distracted, take time to take your medicines, to whatever you need to do to take care of yourself, resting, or as soon as it gets dark for me now, I want to go to bed. And I'm usually go, but when it gets dark now, I just want to rest. And I love fall time. I'm getting ready to fast. Back by the crop circles. If anybody's interested in fasting, I'm going to go out maybe next week or the week after for a day or two, maybe just during the day and have a fire, or just in a day. And then the other thing is, I was part of Sisters in Spirit, or that's part of what they were called, but we're doing things for the missing and murdered, and we're getting a living monument done. The Grandmother's Voice are doing that. I posted something online on my Facebook talking about what was shared over the last couple of days, and it's really powerful if you get to watch it. And so Pam Palmetto was on there, the commissioner for the missing and murdered Aboriginal women, and had some youth from We Matter who were on there. The curriculum writer was on there. It's very important things for the calls of action, especially what happened to Joyce Eschekan, that many of us are aware of, about racism, systemic racism, and what's happened to our women. And these songs, when you sing them, that they help uplift our women when things are happening. And that woman, Joyce, she's going to be remembered because she went live. She went Facebook Live on her phone. If she didn't do that, we wouldn't have known about any of those things. And of what's happening, and just more people are just going to stand up more. And that's these, like, even I remember Walter Cook used to talk about the women in the hand drums and more coming, and that was part of a prophecy. And it's women that are usually using the hand drums, and more, because we did give the original drum to the men, and now us women are using a smaller version of the big drum that came from out west. More of us are using that because of the shift that happened into the traditional roles. It had to happen that way because we are making sure that the women's hearts are not on the ground, that we're using our voice. And singing is part of that. It opens that up to say what we need to say and stand up for what we need to say. I like what Jai posted the other day. She goes, who cares that Trump has COVID? What happened to Equisha? What happened to her? You know, nobody's talking about that. So keep singing your songs, keep saying your prayers, and just keep doing what you're doing and support each other in the best way that you can. Anything else? No. I still think we should do one more song and close it out.
We just did. What?
Was that it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Question.
Oh.
Yep.
If I have heard that once the bear goes to sleep, the bear song should not be sung until he awakens again, unless it's for somebody who's sick or a really special occasion. Have you any?
Yeah.
I've heard that too,
But right now,
there's
you look
some-
at
okay.
right now, you look at what's happening in the world, and you look what's going around, and this pandemic that we're in. Like, don't you find it odd that we're sitting on Zoom, having hand drum sessions and sharing circles and and doing this over the internet via Zoom. And my thinking and my feelings towards that is that why not share this song? Why not sing that song? And sing it for the people that are sick right now, the people who are suffering from COVID, but not just COVID. There's also other things that are happening and sicknesses. And my biggest thing right now is the mental health and well-being of our people being so secluded. We didn't have a powwow, any powwows this summer. And I know for myself personally, not going to a powwow at all, it hurts, because as a family unit, we're singers and we're dancers, and that's what we do all summer. We just travel from community to community, and we share our songs, and we get to see our powwow family. And to not be able to do that mentally, it's hard. It was very, very hard. And my thinking behind the Bear song and sharing and singing that song, especially now in the space that we're in, I think it's very important that it is sung. And all of our songs should be sung right now at home by yourself, with your families, because it's what we need. And yeah.
I just want to say that sometimes there's a lot of cultural police out there, and make up their own rules as they go along. And just like we never know what song we're going to sing. It has to come through spiritually when we sing. Someone will say, can you sing that song? And sometimes it won't come, a whole different song will come. But when people feel bad, like I've heard that question, like you just said, a person asked me that question, a couple of women asked me, and they said they got scolded for singing that song. They got scolded for singing that song, that they weren't supposed to sing this song at this time and at that time. And I said, why? And it was like a silly reason that they had talked about. But just like Jai said, if somebody went in for an operation and they're asking for prayers and that bear's coming through that needs to go help them, who are we to tell that bear not to come, or those bears not to come and help them with their hands and their healing on that person or our community or whatever it's needed. And at Sundance, we have like 3 pre-Sundance ceremonies before the big one, and outside, and we do it inside. It's in wintertime, it's in the spring, it's in the fall, and we sing those bear songs. We do sing them. And I understand what you're saying, because we do have ceremonies to put the bears to sleep. We do. And you know, that's a conflict right there. Like, we do ceremonies for the bear to sleep so that they can rest just like the earth. But there's a lot of stuff going on within our communities because of colonization and all of this stuff. And I guess we just have to decide what's best in our heart, what we think we need to do.
Yeah.
And whatever is guided to us spiritually.
Well, I think sometimes people need that in the winter too, right? Like, winter is one of the seasons where people are stuck inside. They don't go anywhere, and it comes back to mental health issues too. Sometimes people need that, and why not?
I know Algohoy people, they do the bear dance, and it's held a certain time period from now until springtime, and then they can't do that one anymore. But they have been doing it because of mental health issues, or because of medicines that or ceremonies that need to be done. So.
Okay, McGletch, I mean, that's what I had heard, and I thought, well, that doesn't make any sense. If you want to sing, sing.
Yeah.
If you need their song, you need it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay, McGletch.
Neglect. Any other questions? Comments? No? Yes? No? Yes? No? Yes?
Me and Jocelyn are interested in going next week.
Sorry, we didn't catch all of it.
Where'd she go?
Alicia and Jocelyn are interested in going next week with Val.
To fast.
Oh, okay.
No, yeah.
Okay.
I was like, go where?
So just come to Facebook me.
DM.
Did they hear that?
Did you get it? Did you catch that?
Just inbox me on Facebook about the fast.
I said DM me.
Oh, okay.
What's that mean?
DM, direct message.
Oh.
Jesus. So
She doesn't know.
it's okay. She's new to this too. So yeah, I had a lot of fun tonight. I hope you guys did too. You've grown that. I hope you guys did too. We'll have it posted up for next week. Well, before next week, we'll have it the recording posted up. Yeah, thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on, time out. Don't forget, language class tomorrow night. Starts at 6.
6 to 7.
Yeah, 6 to 7.
Yeah.
It'll also be you'll find the link on Facebook. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, let's learn our language too while we learn songs.
I really want to come to the language, but I can't because I'm in a Zoom class right now under grandmother Isabel McGlossaghy from
Oh.
Sure. And we're doing the grandmother teachings, and I've been in the teachings now. I've been an apprentice with her now for, oh my goodness, I think it's 2 months already, 3 months. So I really want to do the language, but I got to continue with the teaching. So,
The recorded ones of them?
pardon me?
You have them recorded and on our YouTube page.
Right
Did
on.
you? So yeah, if you want to catch those after, you're more than welcome to.
Big bets.
Yeah, no problem. Let's say miigwech to everybody for coming out tonight.